Hi, I'm Danielle Tinkler, and we'll be taking a short tour of the Library of Congress Daguerreotype collection. This collection is a part of the Prints and Photographs Division of the Library of Congress and contains about 700 items within the collection. You can see here we started on the main page for the Daguerreotype collection. However, you can back out to view all collections that are within the Prints and Photographs online catalog. A daguerreotype is the product of an early photographic process invented by Louis Daguerre in 1839, which created an image on a sheet of silver-plated copper. The collection contains mostly general and occupational portraits, as well as architecture and outdoor scenes. Also, it mentions here that most items are digitized, however not all of them are, and we'll take a look at what that looks like in just a few minutes. Right here you can see that the page starts with a basic search bar, as well as an advanced search option and a help section. Over here on the side, it gives you a variety of options, such as background and scope of the collection, selected bibliography, information on cataloging the collection, digitizing the collection, a glossary of terms, which I found particularly helpful if you're not extremely familiar with daguerreotypes, as well as the information on the medium, such as the process and information on the cameras and traditional plate sizes that were used. It also gives you more in-depth information about the collection. It wasn't acquired as one group, it was acquired from multiple different people and places, such as a lot of them were acquired as part of manuscript collections from prominent American families. It also gives you a bit of information about preserving the physical daguerreotype, as well as related holdings, as well as a timeline for the Daguerrean era, which I thought was quite helpful to put things into perspective. For instance, the daguerreotype fell out of popularity in the 1850s when the amber type was introduced, which was much cheaper as well as quicker. As far as viewing the collection, you can view all. This is what I mostly used when I was going over the collection. It's relatively small, only about 700, or as you can see here, 779 in the collection. You can view it by a list, which gives you a thumbnail and information about the item, the gallery view with a little bit larger thumbnail, the grid view, which is the original landing page for this section, and then the slideshow. The slideshow here gives you a larger view of the item, as well as an option to automate the slideshow, and with two options for slow and fast, as well as a full screen option. You can also click to view picture descriptions, which gives you a brief description, and if you want to view the full record, you can click on more about this item. And going back to the landing page for the collection, what I liked the most was the browse by options at the bottom, and you can browse by creator and related names, subjects, and formats. And we're going to take a look at an item in each one of those. In the creator and related names, I wanted to take a look at Matthew Brady, and he's well known. He has a lot in this collection. He's well known for his work during the Civil War. And here's an image, and it's on the list view. You can see the thumbnail, and when you click on it, it'll give you the full record. When these were digitized, they had black and white copies made, as well as color transparencies. So not all of them received the color transparencies, but the ones that do, it'll give you that option to view it as well. Over here you can see the information for the item, such as a title, creator, date created, and it goes all the way down through subjects and format. It also gives you information on obtaining copies of the item, as well as access to the original item. And then you can click on the thumbnail and it'll give you a larger view, as well as an options to download as a JPEG in two different sizes. And going back to the search results and then back to the collection, taking a look at the subject, browse by subjects. This one we're going to look at the subject for women in the 1840s through 1850s. And here you can see is one of the items that was not digitized, and it just gives you a thumbnail in place of where the picture of the image of the daguerreotype would be, and it just says not digitized. However, it still gives you information on the item as well as information to access the original. And then going back to the search results, I'm going to click on the other one real quick. And you can see it's just the same as the first item we viewed. It gives you the information for obtaining copies and accessing the original, as well as when you click on this, a larger view and options to download the image. And then I'm going to go back and take a look at the last browsing option. And that's going to be formats. And for formats, I'm just going to look at the architectural photographs right here for 1840 to 1850. And I believe this collection holds the images for some of the earliest pictures of these buildings that exist. Here's the Capitol building, and you can see it has a colored transparency as well. It lists the information. Yes, here we have Capitol building, and information for obtaining copies and access to the original. And you can just click on this and it'll give you that larger view as well as ways to download the item, copies of the item, and information on the item at the top. Alright, so let me just go back to the main page. Alright, and that's a brief tour of the daguerreotype collection. Thank you.